Hey guys, how you doing? Ron's a Nut here. I got an upgrade that I want to do. What you're looking at right there is my home server. It's a Windows 2011, the new Veil server. It's been out for about a year or so, year and a half. Anyway, that case is a Lian Li PCQ08B, the black one. And it's a nice compact case, and inside of it I have installed an H55 ITX Zotac ITX motherboard with the i7 870 processor. It's a quad core processor, and I have a couple of hard drives, little notebook hard drives, 320, two of them installed in a icy dock little case that actually is a hardware RAID built into it, and so that's my OS drive. And then you don't see them, but I have three 1 terabyte Samsung spin point hard drives inside my server. I got only 8 gig of RAM. That's all I need for the server. And although it can run headless, I do have a basic video card installed in it. And so that's currently what's inside that guy right now. Plus it has a Seasonic power supply. Now what I want to do is I want to use that case for my home theater PC. So but I do need to have my server, so I'm going to upgrade it. I'm going to take these parts and put them into another case, and that's what this build is going to be about right now. I'll do a home theater upgrade video after I finish this system, but basically what I want to do is take those guts out of that case and move it to this Prodigy, BitFenix Prodigy case. And it's an awesome little case, inexpensive, and I thought it would be great for making it my server case. It's a little bit bigger than the Lian Li, but that's okay. It's in my office. It'll fit nicely. And the other thing, it's a little bit bigger. It's great because, of course, I'm going to water cool it. So what you can see there is some of the parts and pieces together with the pieces that are coming right out of there. Those guys will all be tightly, I'm sure, fit into that Prodigy case. So anyway, so that's what this build's going to be. Let me set this up and I can show you each of the components that's going to go inside that case. And this case actually is going to require some modding, I believe, in order to get the stuff to fit. So so I'll take you through that build. Hang on, I'll be right back with a little more review of each of the pieces in the case, going into the case. Okay, I'm going to take you through a view of the parts that are going into the home server build. We'll start out, just so I can get it out of the way, the power supply is a fully modular Seasonic 650 watt power supply for a server. It doesn't have to be anything super powerful. I'm not going to have a heavy-duty graphics card in this build as a server, so it's not going to be as glamorous as some of the other stuff that everybody's building or that I recently built. But the key thing is the size of this power supply, and that it's fully modular, so I only have to use the connectors that I need inside this case. And we'll take a look inside the case in a little bit. So that's the power supply. The motherboard is a Zotac H55 ITX Wi-Fi based motherboard. Obviously this Prodigy is an ITX based case. One of the things that I aside from because I'm using a i7 870 1156 chip in this system, obviously I needed a motherboard for that, and so that's why I selected this, and I did this system over a year ago. But one of the key things in this motherboard, there are 6 SATA ports on this motherboard that allow you to do RAID. Most motherboards nowadays that you see, it allow you to do RAID on at least 2 drives. But in this particular one, especially in an ITX, it was not easy to find this. So I wanted to have at least 4 drives in a RAID 5, and so this motherboard allowed me to do that. Now I do have a RAID controller that I could put in this slot, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Right now I plan on really just transferring the guts from the one system to the other, really, in water cooling. That's really the plan here. So this OTOC motherboard is great. You'll see more of it when I get it out to be fitted into the case. Next thing I have is this is a little RAID enclosure. It's an IC dock, SATA, hard disk or SSD converter. So it fits 2.5-inch drives, and I put 2 of them inside this one form factor, which is a 5.25-inch bay. So this will fill one slot, but it will have 2 drives, and it actually has the capability to be set up as a RAID enclosure. So when you put your drives in there, there are some dials and configurations on the front. You can set it for RAID 0, 1, and I forget what the other ones are, but I use it as a RAID 1, so that in the one enclosure, this guy, I think it has a J Micron chip in it, I'm not sure. But this thing has been fine. I have never had a failure on any of the hard drives that I've had in my server in the past year and a half. But this is a great space-saving design. It doesn't require any screws, and I'll show you that when I go to assemble it again. I'll clean it up before I put it into this case. So this is what's going to house the operating system, the Windows Home Server operating system. Memory. Check it out. Back when I bought this memory, I bought this from Micro Center for 2 4-gig modules. It was $110. I think you can get this for probably about half that nowadays. So that's the RAM that's in it. This I did have a video card in it. I do have one in the little Lian Li, but I'm going to remove the video card out of it. Probably, especially if I put a RAID controller in it, I'm going to take out the video card. So anyway, this may or may not stay in that build. It was just to be able to be easily connected up when I didn't have it networked into the system. Alright, so now we're talking about the newer stuff that's going to go into the case, and the rest of it really has to do with cooling. And let's see if we can get some of this stuff moved over. And take the side panel off the case, some accessories. And let's see if I can do a decent job here showing you. Okay, now this case, if you haven't seen, is an awesome little case, and it is primed for water cooling. You can put a 240 rad in the top. You put one in the front. I think you can put a 200 Phobia, one of those 200 millimeter rads like I used in my Corsair 600T build. You can put one of those in the front of this, and those are some of the base easy ones to do. I'm sure you can find other ways to fit other rads. Obviously you can put a 120. I've seen some people putting a 120 rad in the back and a 120 in the front. So this case does have some options, but what I plan to do is put a 240. This is a Slimline XSPC 240 rad, and my plan is to mount this guy in the top of the case. So let's see if I can show you more. So what I'm going to be doing is mounting this underneath inside the case here, and that's going to feed down to the motherboard spot. This is where the motherboard tray is, and so I'll have the routing right there to be able to water cool the processor chip. That's all it's going to be water cooled right now in this rig, because that's all that's going in there is motherboard to and a bunch of hard drives. So that is the key radiator that's going inside of this this guy. And then of course with the radiator you need to have a reservoir. Now there's not a lot of space inside of this case, and I'm not sure which solution I'm going to use, but what I was thinking is to mount this little reservoir right on the side here, somewhere in here, if I can get it to fit. So, but it is going to be tight with the radiator and the fans in there, and then the motherboard, especially if I'm going to have drives in the drive bays, 1, 2, 3. I need at least 4 slots, and there's 5 in here. So, so yeah, this is going to be a challenge. I haven't figured that out yet, but if I use this radiator, this reservoir, that's going to need to be fitted inside the case. Now, just in case, it's not as sexy as the tube rads, but reservoirs. But I also bought a SwiftTech reservoir, this little rectangular jobby, and obviously this is a little more small. This is smaller and compact, and this I would imagine would be a little bit easier to fit into the case. So this is also a potential option. So I need to look at this some more and figure out how to mount it. I mean, I did buy some EK Uni brackets to be able to mount either one of those reservoirs as I needed inside of the inside of this case. So that's those are the reservoir potential solutions that I have to decide on. I do have one of the things that's going to be neat here is, did I say neat? Sorry, it's going to be pretty cool to try. Is instead of a regular a D5 or a DDC pump, I decided to go with an Apogee Drive 2, which is a pump and heatsink cooler all in one. So this sucker has the pump built in already into the heatsink. Okay, so here's the heatsink that's going to go onto the motherboard, and then it has your inlet and outlet. Here's your inlet here and your outlet here. Actually, this little plate on the top comes off. You can put a different color in there, so that actually lights up. So this is the pump. So this is both a pump and CPU block all in one. So that'll allow me to save some space. The one thing that I think may be an issue is the mounting of this base plate. This base plate, I'm going to have to measure, but this gets mounted on the bottom of the motherboard. And I don't know if you can see that, but you know, here's the motherboard mounts, the standoffs on here, and I'm not sure how much room there is. So I might have to cut out a space in the motherboard tray area, so that the motherboard can be secured flat to it. And obviously, you know, you need to have you know, your I/O panels here. So there's only so much room. You know, I can't go up without probably flexing or bending the motherboard. But I haven't pulled it out of the other case and fitted it yet. But that's one thing that I'm curious about, is how this plate will mount and how much space I'll have. Because I mean, just looking at this right now, that just about, the space on that just about hits the bottom of the motherboard, but maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's going to be cool. So if you guys haven't seen this used before, you'll get to see it in my build here, and I'll show you more parts and pieces as I go to do the assembly. But this looks pretty cool. This is going to be it's going to be a good project to do here. Let's see here. We have the fans that are going to go onto the radiator. Is the Gentle Typhoon, the GT AP15s. This is the 1850, and they're still quiet, great static pressure. They're a little bit expensive, but one of the things that I found was in my 600T build was that the XSPC 1650, those are really quiet, and I still need to overclock that guy and see how well it does, but those had some good static pressure as well. These are a little bit stronger, but those fans cost about half of what these cost. But anyway, these is what's going into this particular build right now. So these guys will be on the 240 rad, in order to provide some more cooling, the front of this case does have a fan, a 240 right down here, but I'm going to have all these drive bays filled up. So I want a little more cooling on my drive. So I got a NZXT white blade in black. You notice there's a white and black theme here with the white case. And I guess lately I've been into the black and white. So this one's going to have this fan mounted in the front. I'm going to replace the stock 120 with this guy. So there should be some nice cool air blowing over those drives. And then I will be using some, this is Primo Chill LRT Pro black tubing. So for the runs in this case, I will have black tubing contrasting with the white and the black accents that are in here. And then what build would not be complete without some bits power fittings, and then these are some black extenders that I need coming down off of the rad. I have in this system, I've never done it before in other ones because I use the Coolant's quick disconnects. This system I'm not going to use the disconnects. I'm going to install a drain valve. So this is a mini T valve, black of course. So I'm going to put this in the bottom of the case so that I can use that to drain it. So that'll be new. Some compression fittings, some right angle fittings, and then a flexible triple rotary compression fitting. So I used all of these before in all my other builds there. Hopefully I planned it out right and I have the right number of fittings this time and I don't have to wait. So yeah, that's what this guy is going to be, a water-cooled Windows home server. So I'll be disassembling my home server and getting the parts that are going to be common and going into here, and then we'll start the build and then the modification process, and I'll share that with you as I go through. Alright, well that's it for now from Ron's and Nut. Please like if you like it, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Next video I'll be posting will be some more of the detailed planning on where I'm going to plan to fit the rad and any modifications. So I'll share that with you as I make it through this build. So I hope you're enjoying these. I'll be running out of systems soon. Thanks. Bye.